This is just an absolute treat. These players are so damn good.
The talent on these teams is undeniable. Everybody on every team right now is making plays.
It's going to be an exciting start to the season, and it'll just get better from here on out.
We're about to step to a whole new era of Overwatch esports. So much exciting action is happening here on CGL that you do not want to miss.
Look who's starting it all off. It's Raven. No one necessarily figure out what is the right way to go just yet.
What a nice roll through from Peyton. It's just going to solidify everything within those.
Does come back, and Arsario gets the mech, but I don't need a mech. I'll kill 4 anyway.
This is just a highlight reel for Arsario right now.
They're making a statement in the EU Masters here.
This patch is still incredibly fresh. There's so much to learn, so much to change about the way we play the game.
NKC, but the shatter is colossal.
Let's get it going.
Trades keep coming through. Lores is going to be able to find these shots true.
Idu on the overclock with 2.
Here comes an Anvil and immediately goes back to fine skills, slicing and dicing their way through 2, 3, so back and forth.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Console Gaming League. My name is Joker's Rants, and I am here with Mega Lass. We have a Diamond Tier NA match for you this evening with Eat My Brownies versus Infinity.
Absolutely, Joker. You know, some people, they like to be a little bit sleeper on the diamond tier, but hopefully this match should be a bountiful banger, because interestingly enough, it's a match that still has stakes on the line for that mid-season tournament looming next week, so both these teams are going to be sure to give it their all.
Yep, the mid-season tournament starting very soon. Like you mentioned, it starts this Monday. It should be definitely interesting to see. We'll have the brackets ready on Sunday at midnight, it seems, Eastern Standard Time, and then we'll go from there. But right now, we are still in the Diamond tier. We're still in week number 4, and we've got these 2 teams to look at to start it off.
Yeah, you know, 2 teams that definitely are here to prove their might. Eat My Brownies probably to start off here. Currently the favorable team, as their path to the mid-season tournament is literally just win a single map. They don't even have to win the series. I've done the math for you at home. You don't have to worry about it. But yeah, just a single map. But D Jordan and DK on that DPS line. You got the double D, Ed and Eddie reference right there. You have Gray on tank, and then Funky Monk and Zex being that ever reliable support line here, and I mean, just a good squad overall.
I hope we see Zenyatta from Funky Monk, because why do you have the name Funky Monk if you're not playing Zenyatta? That's the real hard-hitting questions that we have here on the Console Gaming League. Now, over to Infinity to see who they who Eat My Brownies is up against here. Leo, Matrix, and Ace. The DPS and tank players there, and then Ziptail and Red rounding out the support line for Infinity here.
Yeah, and you know, I absolutely love how you talked about the Zen before, but I mean, looking at obviously, you know, the heroes everybody has selected as their favorite heroes down here in the Diamond division, it definitely matters a lot more, right? You're not as hard stuff to a meta, right? If you're just happen to be really, really good on some of these niche hero picks, you can sort of just force bend your team to sort of play with you and play what you're more comfortable with here. So we're going to see probably a variety of different team comps instead of just our tried and true, you know, rock, paper, scissors Overwatch.
Yeah, which is always nice to see. Hopefully we get some pop-off moments here, because rumor has it we might be having another one of those huge hype videos coming down the line. So maybe, just maybe, Mega Lass, we get to see one of those moments tonight.
Absolutely. I mean, hey, listen, that's motivation right there, right? You gotta be ready for the highlight reel. The cameras are always rolling, so you gotta have those pop-off moments whenever they come up here. But for a pop-off moment to really occur, you do need a scenic location to really help you set the scene. And if I'm not mistaken, based on our little background, our trip through the ice, we are going to be starting on the Antarctic Peninsula for our control map.
Yes, it looks like that. Then we will be headed to Brazil to see Perry Issa. Throne of Anubis. Ugh. Then Esperanza and Route 66, if necessary, down the line.
Listen, the week format means that it's set map pool. Not every map pool can be great. Seeing a map pool this atrocious, though, is kind of painful. Like, I feel like this is...
Head rip about this. This is bad.
This is something where, obviously it's not, rigged. I think there's, a predetermined selection thing that occurs. But, maybe we just rig it a little bit. Maybe just not allow, parries to happen. Yeah. But, hey, listen, it means we're guaranteed to see some sort of dive setup. Because that's the great thing about Paradiso. But focusing back to Antarctic Peninsula, I mean, across all the points, it's going to be very brawl favored to start here. And like I said, when we have this variety of team compositions to work with here in Diamond, we can see variations of the brawl, right? The Rhine, the Orisa, the Mauga, the Ramatra, all up for grabs here. And especially just, again, what teams could sort of accompany with it, whether it be the May, whether they try to go for a Cassidy, or if the DPS just want to say, no, I'm going to do my own thing, and they want to try to play a Genji with the brawl and just see if they can make it work.
Let's see who is gonna come out on top, at least to start things off here on Antarctic Peninsula. And right now, both of these two teams, I believe, okay, it's been a while since I've seen Antarctic Peninsula, and I think this is this labs, or is this a different, no, this isn't labs, this is, no, I'm wrong. What map is this? Do you remember what subvariant this is?
That's a great question for somebody who's more educated than me. But what we can focus on is this is, we're going to have that high ground to sort of play above the point here. And then teams, if they want to go down the point, that's going to be their choice. Infinity definitely going to be doing some back and forth with their dive comp. Meanwhile, Eat My Brownies currently on that standard brawl we expected. But again, with the double speed boost means they're going to be moving fast.
Great news. This is sub-levels, not labs. But right now, Ace Matrix looking to get some chip damage going with the Genji here in the backline. But, well, you can't really do too much by yourself. DeJorn on the side looking for a shot with the Peacekeeper to take down some members of Infinity. And Ace Matrix, speaking of which, very low at the moment. Still going to be alive, but DeJorn's going to take down Happy Rogue to start it off. Because that's going to really wrap things up for Eat My Brownies to start it off. Ace Matrix is going to get 2. It could make it a little bit more interesting if they can find another pick here. But it's probably all but over, and now it is with Leo Leopard and Ace Matrix down.
I mean, yeah, it was a nice footwork from the Genji there, but unfortunately it just was not enough. And so now Eat My Brownies is going to get some good percentage building here. And again, this brawl style with the double speed, it means that Infinity, they have to play at such an insanely fast tempo, decide which target they want to jump on incredibly quickly. Otherwise, Brownies going to have the opportunity to kite, path where they want to, and then be able to take the fight in their own way.
As now he's looking to get some stops, some chip damage with this D-Matrix, but they're still holding it out, going around up the top, down to the lower levels, and now they're forcing up the objective. So Eat My Brownies has to make the blaze, and DKG gonna be able to make that call to arms with Ziptail falling down. That should just be that yet again with the Deadeye coming through from DeJorn. Ace is going to get taken out of mech and taken down by said Deadeye. And that is going to be Eat My Brownies yet again holding strong.
And such a good reaction from Eat My Brownies, right? We saw Ace try to fly over on the Diva, and it just ultimately meant that the rest of Brownies was like, okay, let's barrel down on these supports. Ziptail and the Kiriko stood no chance, even with those surviving abilities Kiriko has. And so now a kind of switch up here. You're sticking on Genji for the Blade, but you're trying to pivot to this brawl for what could be your final fight.
As DeJorn already finding Leo Leopard is not what you wanted to see. Ult coming out from Sexual Heals, though, so there is an opportunity for Eat My Brownies to really solidify it all, and that's just going to be what the case is in the numbers for them. Eat My Brownies is going to take round number 1.
gosh, Juno ult, like Orbital Ray. This is my plea to Overwatch. Can we nerf it just a little bit, a lot of bit?
I thought there was a nerf coming in here. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't
heard-
keep up on Twitter.com as much, but
Well, I'm terminally online, so yes, I do. I believe Diva. I thought Diva and Juno were supposed to be getting a nerf anytime soon, but clearly not.
who knows? But just for the time being, since it's in game, right? Juno, it's just so powerful, right? I mean, you saw Eat My Brownies. You know, they were in complete control of that round. They had all their other ults. They didn't even need to end up using. And so now, knowing that they're stuck into this brawl game, Infinity on the other side is going to have to find a way to answer back. Looks like they're going to be at least starting on a brawl variant themselves here, but I do like the Mei coming out for Leopard, simply because it's going to provide initiation opportunities. You wall off a target and try to focus them down, but that might be just a little bit too early on the way.
Yeah, over on to Icebreaker here now. Both teams opting for the Ramatra after it worked pretty well for Eat My Brownies there. Infinity attempting to match them now, but we'll see. Hey, it's working well. Avatar Gray down for the count. DeJorn, though, obviously going to be able to get that pick back. Another one coming back from DeJorn after losing their tank. DeJorn with 3. They might just keep it going as they might be able to hold it themselves. The point is going to go to the way of Infinity for the meanwhile, but I don't think it's going to be for much longer as DKG going to take down the remaining 2 and Eat My Brownies take back the point.
Yeah, and that was just a case of Infinity. They let their foot off the gas after being able to remove Avatar on this Ramatra, getting them out of the way. And, you know, that's obviously it's all nice and well here, but you can't underestimate the rest of this team. And as you saw, DeJorn was able to pop off. Now already having the Deadeye online here for this next fight is going to make Infinity's push forward incredibly tricky.
It is indeed, as now they're waiting it up. DeJorn having the Deadeye available, but nice rotation, but Leo Leopard caught out by the fists. Sorry, Ace is catching DeJorn out by the fist, but it's still nonetheless traded all around. Things are even at the moment. Avatar Gray holding strong on the point, but still waiting it out, and it looks like Infinity's just going to be running for the fences, running for the hills. They don't have any answer to Eat My Brownies.
They just need to take that reset here. No ult invested from either side means that we're now coming up towards a heavy ult fight. Eat My Brownies definitely in the advantage, already having them online, whereas Infinity's having a few more percentage to build here, but anybody can really be the initiator, but I mean, you're probably going to be looking towards just survivability.
And there comes Ziptail, gonna find DKG out of the fight early on. A huge place. There's the orbital ray, though. Things are looking good, though, for Infinity right now. Ace Matrix with the Bob finding 2 and gonna be taking back the point. 3 for Bob on the point, and that is what they needed. Getting the point back in their favor.
Massive trade there for Infinity, right? Being able to trade the amplification matrix for the orbital ray on the other side of things, as well as the Bob, like you said, for Ace Matrix. Now who's gone over to the Sojourn, so a little bit more mobility, harder to get run down by this speedy comp that Brownies has been possessing here. I mean, Infinity, they're in a good position if they can cycle these ults and not have to overinvest to get some good percentage.
As we're going to see Death Blossom is available, and there it goes. This is an ult fiesta on the point, and Leo Leopard's the one to come out on top with the Blizzard, shutting everything down. Ace is going to be trying to get some value with the Annihilation, so is Avatar Gray, and Avatar Gray might be able to go into the Avatar state, finding 2, holding strong, and Eat My Brownies are able to take back the point.
I mean, Infinity, they had a massive opportunity there. Everything was frozen. If they had just chosen to disengage for a moment to make sure that Avatar Gray's Annihilation ran out because of how that ultimate works and just not proc damage means that it's going to go away, they would have had a massive chance to just continue dominating that fight here. But now, Eat My Brownies find themselves in this final fight position, and nobody has any tools to work with.
Not at all. No one has any tools. Neither of these sides. Actual heals very close, but they might not even need it with Ziptail going down to the pulsar torpedoes of his actual heals there. But they do lose 2 in that meanwhile. The Eat My Brownies now with Ace Matrix finding DeJorn. Things are looking on the up and up for Infinity, but Avatar Gray still on point, still throwing hands, but they need to stay alive. His actual heals trying to stay alive, juke and jive around, but the Ravenous Vortex of Ace takes no prisoners, and that should be the hold coming in. 77 and counting for Infinity.
And it's going to be this final fight in overtime here as both squads are looking for their chance to fully regroup. You're going to be looking towards these key ultimates, right? Zexual having this orbital ray as Dijon already gets the initial pick to start this fight.
Yeah, there comes the Hyper Ring, trying to get back to point as quickly as he possibly can with the Orbital Ray coming through as well. DeJorn over to the Ash, and that's already working in spades for Eat My Brownies, but the Blizzard coming online, but it just doesn't seem to be enough. It's DeJorn on the Ash, continuing to dominate this Infinity roster as its clean up is there from Eat My Brownies. Overtime ticking away. It's just Happy Rogue left. There's no chance for another touch. Eat My Brownies take map number 1.
They take map number 1 in this series, and they do it in a pretty dominant fashion. If you're looking at just the first round here, once we ended up in the brawl mirror, it got way closer, probably too close for comfort here, but I feel like time and again, this play of the game shows you who the power player was. Dijon was coming up with insane picks, both on this Cassidy as well as the Ash. I mean, just look at these shots, raining in, nobody able to contest it.
Yeah, DeJorn, definitely the player to beat right now, just continuing to pop off throughout this first map, and I think that's the win con right now for Infinity. Shut down DeJorn, and the rest of the team seems to fall down around him when that happens.
Yeah, and I mean, there was also some vulnerabilities to the comp that got exploited, right? When you're running that double speed boost, sure, you're very fast and you can engage quickly, but you do lack that sustained healing you need if these fights go longer. That's where we saw the Baptiste getting more value on the side of Infinity. And, you know, Infinity, you know, to give them their praises, again, once they switched over to that brawl, they looked incredibly close, being able to go toe-to-toe here. But, you know, looking forward in this series, with them already trying to start on a dive look and force it on a map where it's not comfortable, I'll be interested to see if they can really make Paraiso their own.
Well, yeah, Paraiso is going to definitely be interesting, especially with the way Diva is currently in the state. And we'll see. I mean, we obviously saw Ace opt to go with the Diva to start things off on our Antarctic Peninsula. I wonder if that is going to be the same case as we head into Paraiso, or are we going to be seeing completely different? Are we just not going to see dive? But then if we don't, that's just kind of weird. But who knows? We'll see.
Listen, if you can show me the team that can force brawl on Paraiso, I mean, I'll gladly give you $1. As you're just pointing at yourself, just listen, just because you force it in your ranked games and everybody else groans around you, doesn't mean that it works out, but
they'll play around Zarya and they'll like it, Megalash. They will.
Just no. Honestly, here's the thing, right? I do actually like Zarya on this map purely for that one rollout you can do on offense where if you use the Zarya hops, you can get onto the high ground to kind of scare people. You know what I'm talking about? Using the train into where everybody's just like, wait, how does Zarya get up here where the Winston's normally supposed to play?
Exactly. So play Zarya. You heard it here first. Megalash said it. Play Zarya on Paraiso. Force Zarya everywhere. Make Zarya meta.
Hey, listen,
I
like Zarya. I like
Overwatch
Reaper.
again.
I think, you know, Dallas Fuel, somewhere, whatever incarnation they exist in now, would love that as well. Just playing the Zarya with the Reaper and just doing that all day. But interestingly enough, it will actually be a swap here for Eat My Brownie. So Scared is going to be coming in that tank role. That, you know, even though you have the Junker Queen profile picture, I do suspect that this may be just, again, predicting that this has to be a dive map and forcing some level of dive, whether it ends up being Winston, Diva, Wrecking Ball even. I mean, I've seen some crazy balls these days. That's a out of context moment, but we'll move past it. We'll move past it. The Wrecking Ball is an option. That's what I'll say. Now you say something.
Crazy sentence, Megalash.
Can I retire mid-cast? Is that an option? Is that, anyway, so, see, yeah, Diva, you know.
Diva, yes.
Diva with the speed
Overwatch.
ring, even though the quote-unquote bug doesn't exist anymore, where she would go 17,000 billion miles an hour, you know, you can still play Diva. going forward, getting aggressive. And I mean, that's what I expect Infinity to do here, but I mean, they have a chance to prove me wrong.
Yes, Overwatch, 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 Overwatch.
Overwatch.
Overwatch, yes.
Overwatch.
We are just waiting for everything to get ready. Obviously, we have a new sub coming in, and then obviously I think we can change sides if they really wanted to. So we'll see how that works out for us when we get into the game. I'm interested to see, like I was talking about at the end of map 1, what Infinity's plan for DeJourn is, especially since we saw them pick up the Ashe and they pulled a very decent Ashe. Obviously, we saw Ashe come out from Infinity as well. I don't know why we saw Ashe on Icebreaker there, because that was just kind of weird. Worked out in the end. Still a weird map to see Ashe, but I think that we're more likely to see an Ashe come out on Paraiso here, just because of this long range, the long range-esque portions of said map coming up.
Exactly, right? And I mean, it could just be a comfort thing, could just be like, I don't want to play Cassidy. And there are some hit scans who are like that, right? They're very much in the vein of something like an Ashe or a Widowmaker. You know, once you're in those mid ranges, you had to make some more decisions than you would like. That's where, you know, the Cassidy players start to separate themselves out a little bit. But you're absolutely right, especially on this first point. That high ground is so unbelievably oppressive. I mean, first holds are not uncommon on Paraiso purely for the fact of this high ground. Again, it's just oppressive, especially if you can set your supports up constantly, just have your tanks cycling towards that front line and just doing any and everything to disrupt the attackers from proceeding. You know, I'm here to tell you the last 3 times I've played Paraiso in my comp games, 2 of them have ended in a draw. This is like the only map in Overwatch 2 I still see draws. So I'm not gonna curse this series with a draw, but it is an option.
Interestingly enough, we have another swap coming in here for Eat My Brownies. I don't remember what our producer said, so we'll see what the swap is when we head into the game. But there is a change to the roster. Look at that. There it is. Juju coming in for Funky.
No Zenyatta this time, no Funky Monk, but interesting. The map with an oppressive high ground where you want to set your supports in a safe spot. Both of your supports currently showing an Ana Brig in their profile pictures. I wonder if this is foretelling anything. Yeah, I mean, Ana Brig is just, it's always been good ever since the 2 heroes have kind of coexisted. One's the bodyguard to the other pretty much, and you're just going to be able to see that on display here.
So what you're saying is we need goats back.
You know, honestly, I think Overwatch 2, it's been too peaceful. I feel like all of these annoying one tank metas could be fixed if we just had goats back. Absolutely.
Let's get
I agree.
started.
And maybe we'll have 6v6 back in a while. But for now,
2025 PM.
silly little one tank comps. No Rhine Zarya. Sag.
Speaking of Sag, Sombra is on our screens. I'm a Sombra hater, even though the hero is very, pretty good right now, being able to disrupt and things of that nature. But yeah, I mean, for the defense here, it makes a lot of sense that they're going to want to play with this Sombra because you're just pretty much relying on DJor to do all the damage.
Yeah, and I mean, hey, we saw that was kind of works out for him. See if Leo Leopard can find a shot. They cannot, and we are going to be seeing them switch over to the Tracer. Instead of pulling out that long-range hit scan that we were watching them play earlier on, right now they are just kind of waiting it out. And both these two teams vying for positioning at the moment. DJorn at the back. And they've already found a pick already. It is not delivery Megalas. It is Dijon. As they find Sacred finds Ace Matrix out. Ace is going to find a pick on the Juju, but that just seems to be a consolation prize at the moment, unless another pick comes in from Ace. But no, they are able to coach gun away. Is Dijon, and that should be the hold and the stagger coming in for Eat My Brownies.
Yeah, the stagger can't last too long. Ace found a warm and inviting cliff to chuck themselves off of to get that reset and back into the equation here. And Infinity, again, they find themselves in a situation where they have to play, fast. They have to find their opportunity to be able to get in, preferably on these supports, but really just any pick they can sort of come up with. And Eat My Brownies is more than willing to slow the game down now and just sort of wait it out, put this damage in as Ace Matrix goes out.
Sacred already, not Sacred, Scared already finding Ace Matrix out of the fight. A huge boon for the defensive hold for Eat My Brownies. They are going to try to dive, though. On to Dijon in the backline is Infinity, and, well, they forced him out of position for the time being, but, well, they still can't seem to keep him out of the kill feed, even out of position. It's the rest of Eat My Brownies are able to capitalize and take down Infinity.
I mean, yeah, and so this attack is getting stifled time and again here now. A few swaps coming through. They're going to be piloting the Sombra Tracer here, so this is more so going to be relying on Ace to sort of find out which target they want to get on. But really, I mean, Eat My Brownies have absolutely had like a perfect counter comp here as they're already engaging so quickly, trying to find something.
They've already lost 2. This is just not looking good. Something has to change. Ace Matrix went over to the Sombra of themselves, but that just doesn't seem to be working at all right now. Ziptail's down for the count. Something's got to change. Leo Leopard is going to find the kill with the Pulse Bomb onto Juju, but it's just a little too late. It's just a consolation prize, like I like to say. Eat My Brownies are able to hold on yet again, and 1 minute and 15 left to go on the offense.
And again, it's just so hard to dive any member of this team. The Sombra, you're never going to know where they are. The Diva, not really an option. As well as this backline just protecting each other. As now TK is trying to get in on this Sombra pick action. But really,
goodness.
this EMP is lurking. But, oh my gosh.
That's over. Well, it's not over until the fat lady sings, so there's still an opportunity for Infinity to go into this, but losing Ziptail, Happy Rogue not that far behind. There they go down. Eat My Brownies are on the brink of holding it strong. They've got every ultimate they could ever want, Megalas. This is just, they might just be running at a brick wall here as Infinity.
I mean, Infinity, to say it's going to take a miracle is an understatement, right? You're going to have to somehow come up with a massive Kitsune rush, stall that out into getting some of these older ultimates online, and going from there. But you can't lose anybody before the fight begins.
Well, here it comes. Do they have a miracle in their bones? There's the ult coming out. Double support ultimate's gone, but there's the EMP over the top. Ultimate's coming out. Everything all at once coming down, and it's Eat My Brownies coming out on top. Unfortunately for Infinity, it is not 34th Street, Megalas. There is no miracle to happen here today, as Eat My Brownies are able to hold on with the full hold as they clear up the remaining stragglers on the point.
Yeah, unless somehow this Diva Bomb kills 20 people, I think this is just going to be wraps here for Eat My Brownies. They do get some nice zoning with it. I mean, theoretically, if they can stall long enough, there's a Pulse Bomb and an EMP coming back, but it's going to require a lot.
The actual goes down, but yeah, that's all. Yep, no miracle to be happened here today. Eat My Brownies with the full hold on point number 1, setting themselves up for a very easy map win.
Like I was saying, though, I would not be surprised to see a equally strong defense come out from the side of Infinity, simply because of the nature of this map, just how oppressive this high ground is. It's one of the reasons that this map, it's not liked in the community that much. I mean, I believe when some of the Overwatch devs were talking about maps that need reworks, Paradiso was definitely on that list because of this first point and just how brutal it is to try to assault here. But My Brownies, they have themselves in a beautiful position, not having to worry about anything, but 33% standing between them and victory. And it allows you to play a little bit differently, right? You can almost sort of play for an ult combo or something like that, just something you know that can win you one fight as long as you actually have the skill to pull it off, and then go from there.
Yeah, we'll see here. Scared, hovering the Winton at the moment here. I'm wondering if this is going to stay. Are we going to be seeing Winston on the attack, or are we going to see some last-minute swap of the tank at the moment? But we can talk about Infinity. I mean, obviously they're trying to go back to what they were trying to run somewhat on their offense, with Ace Matrix pulling up the Ashe and Leo Leopard going over to the Echo. We do see Scared come out on the Winston for this attack. We'll see if it works, or is it a hindrance for them here. Right now, both, Zipcal gonna find a shot with the kunai across the map on the Zexual. That's a huge opening pick. And now, Infinity can make a run at a hold to start it off now. If they can find a pick, and DeJorn going down is going to be the pick that they need.
Exactly, and this is exactly how you have to play this defense, right? Just sort of waiting for your moments, not letting the tank take too much space here. As long as, you know, your tank or somebody's applying pressure to them, then letting the rest of your team go to work here. CGL has been definitely throwing in some crazy kunais, though, already halfway to this Kitsune rush here. I mean, to be able to surprise a team like that, oh my gosh, it's over.
What a great dive on the Ace Matrix there. DKG and Scared taking down their Ashe of Infinity, and now this could, like you said, be all over. Ace is trying to hold on as long as they can, but they are now out of mech. It's all but over with the remaining last player, the Lucio, down. Happy Rogue is gone, and there it goes. Eat My Brownies are up 2-0.
I mean, it feels like it came out of nowhere, right? There's the coordinated dive from Eat My Brownies. You have the Tracer and the Winston in the right place at the right time to get that pick onto the Ashe to start you out. I mean, DeJorn, is anybody surprised that this is going to be play of the game here, right? I mean, this dude has been an absolute powerhouse so far tonight on these hit scan rolls, and I mean, just a little bit of an assist from Bob there for the play of the game, but yeah, just popping off at all times here. And now, like you said, Eat My Brownies, they're up 2 maps already at match point.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are indeed. Again, it's all about shutting down DeJorn. But we are going to head to a break. Give Infinity time to reset those mentals and try to get back with a reverse sweep. We'll be right back after this.
Yeah. 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 Memories. Memories. Yeah. Memories. Memories.
Our insight here, you get an insight and you know something, but you don't want to say it out loud because you're kind of afraid that it's not going to be really true and it'll spoil the whole thing for you, But when somebody makes you say it, then, and it's true, then it just makes it more beautiful of a thing.
All right, everyone, welcome back. It is time to head back into our series of Overwatch now. Obviously, we're seeing Eat My Brownies up 2-0 in the series right now. Can Infinity come back in the series and try to take things back, or are we going to see it all end here on Throne of Anubis?
I mean, if it's got to start somewhere, I mean, Throne of Anubis, where you're just relying on more of those, just winning team fight situations where you can just sort of have one person just raw mechanic their way through. I mean, maybe you could try to just turn it up, put it all into your DPS players. It's like betting it all on black at the roulette table, but, there's a reason it's a roulette table. It's not a guarantee, it's a gamble, especially when you're going up against Eat My Brownies, who have looked dominant here, not just, piloting one composition like I thought, but they've been able to flex around, play a few different things, and they've looked great at all of them so far.
Yeah, definitely, and we have more swaps coming in for them as well, interestingly enough. Gray coming back in on the tank role, and Funky Monk coming back in for the support role, taking out Zexual there.
I mean, yeah. And so this is now technically the third iteration of the support line, because we haven't seen Juju and Funky Monk next to each other here. But yeah, I mean, if you got the players, you might as well swap them around. This is probably some sort of anticipation of speed being required here, as fast is going to be the name of the game here on Clash, where just, again, if you're able to play at these high speeds, you're able to get back to the point, potentially even turn fights that you have no rights turning just by stalling out these objectives as they get cast back and forth across the map. I mean, it can be a real difference maker.
It can indeed. It can indeed. Speed is king on Flash, or not Flashpoint, Class. We'll see. Are we going to be seeing a very fast Clash, or are we going to be seeing a more extended one here today? That is the question on everyone's mind today. It could be either one, Megalas, as we are all loaded, or almost all loaded in the game here.
Yeah, we're gonna look at Overwatch lore, all the lore fanatics. You can do the soy jack pointing emoji thing, because apparently this robot right here is the thing that caused everything. But
Oh.
it's just a
Really?
background. Yeah, that's Anubis. That's the thing that caused the Omnic uprising.
Well, yeah, that's Anubis, but that's crazy.
Yeah, Omnic
I
uprising.
can't believe we didn't get that Netflix show. God.
Listen, we could talk for hours. I could talk for hours about how much that makes me mad.
Blizzard being petty is gonna be the reason we never is gonna be the reason we're never gonna get that Netflix series, and I'm so upset about it.
Tisk, tisk, tisk. But
Can we just at least get another short, animated short? Come on. Leo Leopard, though, is going to take Dijon out of the fight already, but it is going to be quickly traded back, though. Infinity is going to get, Ace is going to get demeched by Avatar Gray, and they are throwing hands on the point. Going to get swept up, though, for the moment in time, but it might not matter. Back into Nemesis form, chasing down Ziptail in the back. They are going to finally find them out, and it looks like, yeah, this should be Eat My Brownies coming out with control to start it off.
Yep, being able to get this first point under their belt more than likely here, unless there's a last second touch, as you're seeing Ace Matrix sort of lurking on the Genji, but is going to be found out by the end of the day here. And yeah, I mean, it's super pivotal to get that momentum building early here, as you only need 5 points before the map can be yours here. And Eat My Brownies are doing it in a very interesting way with this composition, already getting more picks, but it's brawly, but you still have this Tracer and this Reaper sort of to create their individual agency on the map.
As they've already opened it up, looking to get the supports in the back line there. Ziptail is going to get a sleep dart out onto DK. They are going to find Leo Leopard, but still, they are at a disadvantage. But Happy Rogue popping rally, finding Juju. This could change drastically, and it is. Ziptail finding another one in the fight, and Infinity are going to be able to open up a pick.
Yeah, being able to bounce back off the back of that rally is massive here, especially because at some point DK did use the Death Blossom. I don't know if there was a stun or just a flat-out cancel, what have you. But being able to trade 1-for-1 like that means that we're pretty much back to just a square one neutral, except this time there will be ultimates at play here in the center point as teams are waiting for it to unlock.
DeJorn already find Happy Rogue, a huge play. Recall forced out, though, by DeJorn. Trying to stay alive, and they do so, but running for the hills is Infinity at the moment. Objective C now unlocking, and so is the annihilation from Avatar Gray. They find one, they find two, and push back even more. The Ravenous Vortex keeping them locked down for the moment, but back to spawn they go. Eat My Brownies are looking to get the second point unlocked.
Yeah, I mean, they're still having to cap it here, and with Dijon getting that pick, there should be no touch. And yeah, I mean, Infinity, they're already setting up to be back on point D here, just sort of wanting to play their advantage. They will have a Nano Blade combo, which does look pretty on paper here, but Funky Monk and Juju having those support ultimates means it's going to be very difficult for this Genji to actually find value with this ult.
Yes, now they go into this. There's the Dragon Blade. Oh, they missed the play, and there comes in the Orbital Ray as well. Ace Matrix not going to be able to find anything with that, and almost going down at 1 HP, able to stay alive thanks to an armor pack from Happy Rogue. Ace Matrix is going to find Dijon. The stock comes through. Back in the mech goes Ace. Can that make a difference? Right now, they're trying to hold it out. Avatar Gray very low, but there's a pick. The hands coming in clutch yet again. Rally online. Is it going to be enough to stabilize? No, it is not. Trades keep coming, though. Leo Leopard trying their best to hold on to this point. Are they going to be able to do it? And it looks like Infinity have the upper hand, but no. Avatar Gray and Dijon shut them down with picks coming in all around them. Leo Leopard trying to do it. There's the nano boost coming in, but the respawns are coming in, and Dijon's take down Ziptail. That's going to be the hold that they were looking for. Those are the picks that need to come through, and Eat My Brownies have gotten their third point.
I mean, I'm still about 2 minutes back. Where was my nano for my blade? Was it like, if I'm the Genji in that situation, I would like an essay for my Ana about where they were to not be able to deliver that here. So now Eat My Brownies, with that momentum built after that close fight, they do only need 2 ticks on this final point because that's just how Clash works. I promise it's not a bad mode. And they're just running forward.
And there's the Death Blossom, there's the Annihilation, finding everything that Eat My Brownies need to end it off. The stick there on to Avatar Gray is going to be the one that is going to find Funky Monkey, of all people. Leo Leopard is going to find 2, but again, that's just all they might have left in their basket. As Ace Matrix is down, Happy Rogue is going to get the touch, but I don't know for how long they get back onto the point. 3 people, the Sleep Dart on to Avatar Gray as well, trying to hold it out, trying to hold on, not end the series quite just yet. The Dragon Blade shut down immediately by Dijon. Can this fall? What? 3-2 comes in with the pick, the team kill, finishing it off. They're still going to get a chance for a touch. The Venture is there. There's the Nano Boost, the Orbital Ray coming down from on high, and Eat My Brownies are able to finally take the series.
I mean, there's only one word to say. It's Dijon. I mean, that last fight, in case anybody had forgotten, we hadn't said his name enough. I mean, geez Louise, the work that was being put in on Tracer here, especially when Leo Leopard on the other side throughout this Clash map was, you know, actually starting to go toe-to-toe, starting to look very impressive here, but just in the end decided, you know what, I'm going to let them be noticed here. They definitely ran into that pulse bomb. It wasn't skill. It was not skill from the Tracer, but you know what? It still looked cool anyway.
Again, I said it before and I'll say it again, it's not delivery, it's Dijon. That was just an incredible performance coming out from Eat My Brownies there, Megalas.
I mean, yeah, and absolutely massive play from them. In case, you know, they did only need the one map, but hey, being able to now walk towards that midseason tournament with that 3-1 overall record, they've got to be feeling some confidence here for the diamond bracket. You know, just being able to sort of play up against the best of the best is what they're going to be looking for here. Meanwhile, Infinity, look at it this way. You get a week-long break, some time at the drawing board, figure out what's going on, and maybe set yourselves up for a better back half of the season.
Yeah, we're going to head to a short little break while we get our interview in here for you from Eat My Brownies. We'll be back with Funky Monk on the interview desk. So stick around for that.
Yo. Cash and the ticket is yours. Cash and the ticket is yours. Yo. Cash and the ticket is yours. Cash and the ticket is yours. Cash and the ticket is yours. Yo.
All right, everyone, we're back here on the desk, or not desk, with the casting scene. We have Funky Monk here for the interview of the winning squad from Eat My Brownies. Funky Monk, how are you doing today?
Doing very good. After that, it was very.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to start it off here. I want to talk about Dijon because they kind of just popped off that entire round.
Oh,
What is it like to have a player of that caliber on your roster?
I mean, it's amazing, like, especially for playing like a slower support like a Zen or Arna, because you know he's got your back. Like, he's going to be there if they're trying to spawn camp you, like we saw in Paris so with Juju when the summer tried to spawn camping him. And it's just a lot of pressure off your back.
I mean, yeah, I could not agree more when you have a DPS like that. As we saw throughout the series, you guys, you have some flexibility with obviously, some substitutions, things like that. But just being able to play a versatile amount of comps and stuff, is that just purely practice, or do you think people are just on your team are just very comfortable on a lot of heroes?
I mean, obviously, like I said, it's partially defensibility because we got certain people like we saw with Avatar Grey. We saw her do really good and more comfortable in rush tanks, and then when we brought in Skedford, who's more comfortable in dive tanks, which just helps give us that versatility. And obviously, getting practice in 2 or 3 times a week, playing as a team, it gets us comfortable with each other.
I want to talk about your name, Funky Mug. Do you play Zenyatta? That's the only thing I want to know.
I do, yeah.
Okay, thank goodness, because that would have just been a weird name.
Who's my most played support?
Okay, perfect.
No, it wasn't actually anything to do with that. It was because I play World of Warcraft.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. So
and amongst the class, so I thought it was funny.
Okay, and then it just so happens that you also play Zenyatta as well, so that's even more perfect. Okay, perfect.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely perfect. The real question, why didn't we see any Zen gameplay? Huh? Like, why not live up to the name?
The team didn't call for it. When I was in, it was a rush map for us, so we went rush. Zen's not really. He can be played, obviously, but if it's what our team knows with the Lucio and Juno that we went with, that's what does on the play.
So you prioritize the team, actually succeeding and winning over your own fun. That's bad strategy. Bad strategy.
Bad strategy. Ridiculous.
I mean, it worked though. It worked.
Team game here. Oh my goodness. All right, Mega, do you have any more questions?
No, I mean, just absolutely congrats to y'all. If you have any shout-outs or anything you'd like to do before we keep it moving along here.
Yeah, they weren't able to attend the game, but our captain, Ed, and our manager, Tenchi.
Right. Thank you so much.
Sorry.
Go celebrate the rest of your team there, Funky Monk, and congratulations yet again on the victory and solidifying a spot in the mid-season tournament. But that is really going to be about it for us, right, Megalast? We don't have really much more to say about this this match. We've kind of already said everything we really need to say, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's just, make sure you're tuning in this weekend, of course, a little bit late here in NA, but we got matches all throughout the weekend, including that SNO this weekend, the last one before mid-season, so if you want to get the juice, the details, and all the teams, that's where it's going to be.
Too bad I'm missing it, but I got to rep the Yankees in the Bronx for the first game of the division. Gotta be there. Gotta
be there for the loss.
No. What are you talking about? No, this is our year, Megalaz. This is the Yankees' year.
I don't follow sports ball, but I feel like every single year I've heard that for the Yankees, and I don't think that comes true. But
this has got to be the year. I'm gonna cry. But then we're gonna finish it off here. Thank you all for watching. It's been me, Joker, or Mega Lash, and Echo, and Headrammer on the production end. Thank you all for watching, and wherever you are in the world, have a wonderful rest of your day.
Don't know what you want. Let's have a bit of fun till our downfall. My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to the other side.